He gave me a contract. I gave back the ring. I was supposed to marry Jenna in June. 4 years together, building a future, or so I thought. Then, 3 months before the wedding, her father Gordon invited us over for dinner. Just a casual night, Jenna said. It wasn't. Gordon, a self-important real estate broker with a leased BMW and enough fake bravado to fill a boardroom, waited until after dinner to make his move. He pulled out a manila folder, seriously, like a corporate lawyer in a movie, and slid it across the table like we were closing on a skyscraper. Before you officially join this family, he said, we need to address Jenna's education investment. Inside, a stack of paperwork asking me to co-sign the refinancing of $127,000 in student loans. Most of it for Jenna's master's in creative writing at a private university, a program Gordon had pushed her into. Prestige matters more than cost, he once told me. This will give us better rates with your dual income, he said, smirking like this was a foregone conclusion. I scanned the documents. Variable interest starting at 8.9%, 20-year term. Signing meant being legally tied to this debt until I was nearly 50. So this would make me equally responsible for your daughter's loans? For supporting her dreams, he said with smug emphasis, then leaned back. Unless you don't believe in her potential. Jenna sat silently, until she finally mumbled, Dad, we talked about this being voluntary. A real man doesn't let his woman drown in debt, Gordon interrupted. I set the papers down calmly. I'll need time to review this with a financial advisor. Gordon's face turned a violent shade of red. A financial advisor? This is about trust. You either commit to this family fully or maybe you're not ready for marriage. I looked at Jenna. She was crying, but something felt off. Not shocked, not angry, just caught. I understand, I said. The next morning, I made calls. A mutual friend told me Jenna only had around $63,000 in actual student loans. The rest? Gordon had taken out Parent Plus loans under the guise of helping Jenna and used them to fund his leased BMW, a trip to Cabo, golf gear. Now he wanted me to absorb that debt. When I confronted Jenna, she broke. He told me it was for my rent, books, food. I didn't know until later. He said he'd pay it back, but then his deals started falling through. And you knew this before the wedding? I was going to tell you. After we were legally married that night, I asked for the ring back. No shouting, no grand speech, just reached out my hand. She placed it in my palm, sobbing on the couch. Then Gordon called 43 times in 24 hours. Voicemails ranged from, let's be reasonable men, to, you're ruining Jenna's life, to, I'll sue you for emotional distress. What he didn't know, I had paid for 100% of the wedding deposits, $26,000, all contracts in my name. Jenna didn't like dealing with logistics, so I handled everything. The venue already had another couple waiting for our date. I lost maybe $800 instead of $8,000. I used the money for a down payment on a house. Then came the fallout. Because I refused to co-sign the refinance, the loans couldn't be consolidated. Gordon's Parent Plus loans defaulted. Wage garnishment kicked in fast. He called me during work hours. They're stealing from my paycheck. No, Gordon, I said. They're collecting on the loans you took out. In your name. His credit tanked. His brokerage firm downgraded his commission split from 70-30 to 50-50. Clients started questioning if he could handle escrow responsibly. Then Diane, Jenna's mom, found out Gordon had secretly taken out a second mortgage using her forged signature. She filed for divorce. The divorce uncovered more. Credit cards in Diane's name. A boat purchased under a loan. Sold 2 months later. A trail of financial fraud and ego-driven spending. And the cherry on top? The IRS. Turns out if you use student loan money for non-educational expenses, it's considered taxable income. If you don't report it, that's tax evasion. $34,000 in back taxes and penalties. Gordon called me drunk at 2 a.m. You destroyed my life. No, Gordon, you destroyed your life. I just declined to sponsor it. Now he's 58, living with his mother, part-time real estate agent with wages still being garnished. Diane's in a one-bedroom rental. Jenna works at Barnes and Noble, dating a new guy with his own massive student loans. As for me, I live in my own home, peacefully, without contracts I didn't sign or families I didn't marry into.